Line that up, put this in, and then let's check to see that everything's lined up. All right. I believe so. Well, hello everyone. So today, well, actually a couple days ago, we finally got the timing chain. So, timing chain and gears. So let's see what we can do to put that thing back together. I'm going to set you guys down in here. Let's see if you can see. Probably need to turn the light on and maybe adjust this. Alright, let's get some light on this situation. How's that? If you can see, I think you guys are in there maybe a little too close, but that's going to be life. I think the first thing you need to do is put the crank gear back, which not sure how I'm supposed to get this on there, but imagine it's supposed to be pressed on and it needs to go down that way. Now I just need to get it tapped back all the way back to that seal, I guess. Is that the... what seal is this? No. Okay. So I was curious what seal this was, and that's the seal that's for the crank or the cover. It's not the seal that's there, because why would you care if the oil leaked there? It would just go back into the oil pan. So what do we got to do? I guess we got to tap this thing back on there somehow. Let me just find something to try to get it on there. slowly working its way on. I think there's supposed to be a tool that you put in here and then press it on, but I don't have that tool, so I'm going to have to do this the hard way. Tell you what, I'm going to keep tapping at this, and I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes when I get it all the way on. Okay, so you guys are wondering, how did I get that on there so tight? Well, needed the presser, and the thing, I don't have the press, so I took my old gear, put it on here, and then I took my puller, and luckily the puller fits in the same threads as the other side. So I put that in. Then I needed a little something to space in here. So I took this chisel, stuck it in the middle there, and then used the crescent wrench to tighten the whole thing as far as it would go. Then once I got it all tightened up, I came in with the another long chisel, stuck it in there, gave it a few tappy taps, and it popped into place. So that's how I got it in there without the special tool. What do you guys think? Did I do that, or did I do something wrong? Either way, it's on there now. And it's as tight as I can get it, so that's where I'm kind of quitting. The next thing I need to do is make sure that that mark is lined up with that hole, and it appears to be so. And then I need to grab the book and take a look and see what it says about the other gear. The other gear is supposed to be pointing toward the crank. So what that's telling me is that this thing is 180 degrees off. Because here's the timing mark, and that's where it's supposed to sit. So I think what I'm going to have to do is rotate that cam around 180 degrees and then rotate the distributor around 180 degrees. Hopefully that'll work well, because that's what I'm going to do. So how do I get this 180 degrees from where it is now? I guess I'm going to have to grab my parts. Here's my cam pulley bolt. And now I find my wrench wherever I hid that, which Lord knows where that disappeared to. Is this it? That's part of it. Now, that's not the right one. There's a breaker bar. This will probably work. Now let's rotate the cam around 180 degrees so it's pointing where it's supposed to. Alright. Now that looks to be is about as straight on as I can get it. Maybe just a hair more, maybe just a little bit back now. Oops. Of course, it must have been on a lobe or something and then just popped over. Oh, great. Now what? Now let's go all the way around again, because it's pretty easy. Just got to remember there's a lobe right there as you're lining it up at top dead center and not go too far. That's where it should be. Now let's take the bolt back out and put the chain on. Okay, here's the chain. Now we swing the chain around over here. That's not on the right spot. That's not even close. It's 180 degrees out again. Where is that spot? Okay. Line that up, put this in, and then let's check to see that everything's lined up. All right. I believe so. Because if I go the other way by one gear, well, let's try it. We'll see if we're close or way the hell off. That's way off. Let's come back one more. That's right on. Yeah. That's on about as close as. No, that's still way off. Try one more. Come on. And that's right on. Okay, that's got to be it, because I can't get it any closer than that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's go try to find the torque spec on that. Looking at the old book. Probably someplace way in the back. Find the glasses. Look for the engine tightening references. 6-cylinder engine. camshaft sprocket bolt. It says 5/16 by 18 is 20 foot-pounds. Alright, let's find the torque wrench. And let's find 20 foot-pounds. 20 foot-pounds. This thing is in inch pounds, so 20 foot-pounds would be 20 times 12, which is 240 inch pounds, right? Which just goes up to 250, so should be able to get there. Yeah, 240. Let's see, that's 220, 230, 235, 240. All right, let's give her a shot. Oh, it's already there. Wow. Huh, that isn't very tight, is it? Okay, I guess barely snug. Okay. Well, that's together. And it's probably time for dinner, so let me go see. What time is it? It is, it's not quite dinner time yet, but I don't have enough time to put the gasket back on all in one swap. So tell you what, guys, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow about putting the timing chain cover back on. Bye. Well, hello everyone. So today we need to put this timing chain cover back on the truck. So I'm going to take this over here and we're going to start getting ready. Let's see, what else do I need? I guess I need the gasket set. Got that in the mail the other day. And so now, let's see, how do we prep this thing and get it ready to use and reinstall? So let me grab another thing. I thought I had. I guess I didn't put it there. Where did I misplace it at now? It's not there. Where did I put it? Okay, tell you what, I am going to search for all the things I'm going to need to put this thing back together, and then I'll come back. Okay, there, I found it. Took me a few seconds. It wasn't where I thought it was, but it's Permatex. So put this on to help the gasket seal. And if I can get it out of this plastic, maybe, which isn't easy either. There we go, that's come out. Now what do I need to do? I got a couple little items here. Let's see, I should probably see if I can't tap that down a little bit. There's a little bump in that timing chain cover. Maybe I need a little heavier hammer to tap that down. Let's see. There we go. Take this over. You probably can't see this. But there we go. Now that's nice and flat. Maybe it needs a little bit more. Hold on. There we go. Now that's nice and flat. So now we should be able to put our gaskets back on this thing. So what do you suppose we do? Open this container up. First thing is probably the seal. The seal needs to go in here. Is that seated all the way? Pretty close. Alright, check to make sure that's tight all the way around. That's the first part to put on. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a paper towel. If I could find one. And I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit. Because you guys are seeing it's dirty. So we should probably clean that to where it's not dirty. Alright, let's go grab a clean paper towel and see how good we get. Alright, looks pretty good. I don't see too much mess, maybe a little bit more on this edge here than I like. Okay. Then, what's it say here on this Permatex? How do I use this? Extremely flammable. Microscopic print, can't read it at all. High-tech gasket sealant, blah blah blah. Directions: apply one thin, even coat of Permatex High-Tack to all surfaces. Cover all threads. Allow to set a few minutes before assembly. For efficient, convenient assembly, coat gaskets and bolts in advance. Permatex High-Tack can be removed with lacquer thinner. Keep tightly closed. Okay, so there's that. Let's open this up. So we got a rubber gasket, which looks like that. And that needs to go on here. I guess those two things go in there, and they just kind of plug into these little holes. Do you think I need the gasket sealer on that? What do you suppose? Can't hurt? Let's see what it does. Ah, can I open it? Probably not. There we go. That's loose. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some gloves on just to make sure I don't get any on my hands. Okay, now let's see here. So we open this up. I think these little wedges go back toward the pan. Yeah, they got to. So that would be this direction. Alright, let's give that a shot. Let that sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll put this thing on, this rubber gasket thingy on. Is that what it said? It said apply a thin coat to all surfaces. So they want me to put it on both surfaces. Okay, let's see if we can get this in here now. Okay, you get into that little hole. Of course, that rubber piece is a little bent, but we're going to stuff it in that hole. Call it good. Then we're going to stuff that one in that hole. Then we're going to stuff that one in that hole. And then we're going to stuff that one in that hole. Okay, you should be able to fit in that hole, shouldn't you? Alright. So I'm thinking, if you're thinking, it needs to I need to grab a pair of pliers or something and pull on that so that it seats down in there well. There it goes. That works a lot better. Come on, get in there. Okay, make sure the holes all line up. Make sure the rubber's all pulled in there nice and tight. Alright, there's that one. That one's ready to go back in. Now we got to put this other gasket on. How does this thing work? So now we got the paper gasket. Looks like it goes on. Sure shit don't go on that way. Oh. That's why there's little perforated holes here that need to be knocked out. So we get those out of there. Oh, here's another one. Now how does it fit? So that goes like that, and that goes like that. And that doesn't really fit worth a crapola, does it? Let's see. So there, 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 there. Boy, that's sure, they didn't cut that very well, did they? Not at all. Alright, well, let's see what we can do with it. So we're going to put some Permatex around on that too. And we just keep mopping it on there. Alright. Wow, that stuff gets stringy. Put the cap back on, and let's see if we can line this up good enough. So that has to go down here. There. 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 And there. Now we'll tap it down, see if it can hold. But it's a good thing I'm using this Permatex, because there is no way that that would sit there nice and tight against that cover without me using this to adhere it. But now it seems to be in place pretty well. So let's go see if we can put this back on the truck. Alright, first things first, I'm going to move this camera so you guys can be in view. Let's see what we can do here. Can you see? How about there? Wow, that's close. Almost too close. How about over here? And looking down that way. There you go. There's that side, and let's turn on the other camera. So I can time these up together. Let's do that. Okay. Now, let's get the cover. Timing chain cover goes in here. Something like such. And that's got to pop into that little hole. Okay, now these two little pins need to be popped in there and then pushed all the way on there. So how do I get that to happen without killing myself? Oh crap, you know what else I forgot? I need to double check my timing, because didn't we say that that was flipped over 180 degrees? So we're going to set this aside for a few minutes. And we're going to take a look over here at the timing light, or the time, at the distributor. You guys see? See, now that's 180 degrees out of top dead center. So that's not going to work. We need to pull the distributor out and flip it over. So, what size bolt is that again? Do you guys remember? I think it was half. And all my ratchets are someplace else. What size one is this? That's a 9/16. That's a 5/8. Where did my half disappear to? Maybe it is 9/16. Let's try it. What do we got down here, guys? Nope, it's definitely a half. Ah, is this my half? There's my half. Look down in there. And it's not half. It must be 7/16 then, huh? Alright, try 7/16. There we go. Loosen this thing up. Loosen. I don't know if you guys can see. Probably not. There's the bolt that holds it in. Almost out. Okay, then we take this and pull it up. Rotate it around 180 degrees. And hopefully it fits back in. There it goes. And we put that back in, and we'll have to reset the timing once we get all this stuff back together. And let's put it somewhere close to the middle. And put the cap back on. Come on, you can get in there. Okay. There we go. Cap's back on. Now it's pointed toward number 1 and top dead center. Now let's come back over here and see if we can fit the timing chain cover, because I wanted to verify that I could put the rotate the thing 180 degrees before I came back in here and put this all together, because if I had to flip that over, I didn't want to have the timing chain cover in here. Why is this not? Oh, there we go. It's getting close. Get on there. Wow. This rubber gasket is not going to play nice, is it? How do we smash that down and get this all back together? And which bolts were which? Alright, so we know this one went in someplace. Oh, there it is. We know that one went right there on that pin. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are those right? Those don't look the same. 6, that doesn't look the same. That looks the same. Alright, so there looks like 7. And then those 4 I think go on the pan. Yep. So these 4 go in the pan, and those 7 go in the cover, and this 1 goes on that end. And then we got to locate that pin and that pin. So what size are these? Where is... It's bigger than that, so it's not that size. So these are... What the hell? That's 9/16. Where did my half go? Whoops. Pardon me, guys. I just kicked you. There we go. Keep losing tools. Got too many of them out here. So 7/16 I don't need. These other ones are bigger. 9/16 I don't need. Did I put away the half? No, I did not. I think I found it. It's underneath the truck. There we go. Let's rake for tools. Alright, 1/2 inch is the size for this. Now, how do I get this down in there and started? That's going to be the big question. I think the pan ones, if I bend this around a little bit, I can use leverage if I can get these started. And of course I won't be able to. There we go. I thought I'd get it started. And of course I can't. Let's see if I can get it started that way. Yes, it is possible to start. Just not at goofy angles, huh? Am I going to have to lower the pan a bit more? Make it easier to access? Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to raise you guys up because I'm not going to be able to crawl underneath there the way I'm sitting. Let me do that. All right. Let me get everything started and I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so now you're asking yourself, how the hell did he ever get that pan gasket back in there? Well, I ended up loosening up 5 of the pan bolts and taking out the very first one. Then did the same thing on the other side. Then I pried down on the pan with a screwdriver, but I actually started here. Let's do a few things and then I'll come back and I will show you the rest of the story. I want to put the pan bolts back in and torque those down before I lower this thing and put the rest of the bolts back in. So let's look at this up here. If we come in here, oil pan bolt is a 5/16 and 200 inch-pounds. So let's tighten the pan gaskets back up to 200 inch-pounds, or the oil pan back up to 200 inch-pounds. And I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the way it is. Let's find the torque wrench. Let's find 200 inch-pounds. And let's put this on here. And what are we at? We're at 85, so we got a long ways to go. Okay, that's on a number. That's at 205, so we back it up 5. And there's 200 inch-pounds. All right, crank them down. And once you know it, where did I leave my long extension? Oh, here it is. Left it next to you guys. Okay, click. $200. screws are hard. There isn't a lot of space in this area. And one more to go on this side. Alright, that's the driver's side. Now we go over to the passenger side. Whew, that's tiring. Hands above your head for 5 minutes. You know what I should have done? Used the lighter tool and then torqued them when I was ready. How about that? Okay, now we put the torque wrench on. Once you got everything snug enough that you can get there. Alright, those are done. Now let's do all the ones on the front. That other one, let's go back to the ratchet. Because it's not even close. Now we go back to the torque wrench. Alright, the pan is tight. Oh, come on, get on there. Ooh, sounds like we should re-snug all these, huh? and retorqued. So let's lower this thing down and get to work on those cover bolts. There it goes. Guess what? We're going to do this from above, I think. I'm going to stop right about there. We're going to give you a front row seat over here. And I got 4 more bolts to put in. There's my ratchet. There's my ratchet. There's my socket. There's my extension. Now I just got to put these in. Slowly but slowly. Oh, come on. My fingers don't work that way. Oh, son of a... Did you guys see, did I leave the oil slinger on the front of this thing? I hope I did, because I put it on there so I wouldn't forget it. I'm going to have to go back and look at the video, so I'm going to pause this or stop this and go back and rewatch a video to make sure that I put this all together right. So I'll be back in a minute. Timing chain cover goes in here. Whew. Okay. Well, thank God I put that back on there last time I was out here, thinking, good God, I don't ever want to forget that. And luckily, I caught it on film. So I also got to see it there. So I made sure that it's right before I went any further. Because you know me, take it apart, do it more than once. Do it, take it apart, put it back together. Take it apart, put it back together, forget something, do something else, forget it. That's my life. But this time, I did something right. And one more. Pardon me, guys, I gotta sneak in over here. Okay. Bolts are in. Let's go check and see if we can figure out what the torque spec is on that. So we come back over here and we want timing chain cover. Chain case cover bolt. Is that what we're talking about? Looks like it's a 200-inch pounder too. So looking at chain case cover bolt. 5/16 200 inch-pounds. All right. So we got that spec, so let's tighten those down. And luckily that's the same spec as the pan gasket, so I don't have to change my torque wrench. Let's just tighten these down. I'm just going to snug them up first. Oh, that one's tight. That one's tight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. That pan, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that pan bolt is in my way, and now I can't get a socket on it. So I'm going to snug up the rest of these. Then we're going to put this thing back up in the air. Then we're going to take that pan bolt down. And then tighten up that last bolt, and then tighten up that pan bolt that's in the way. So if somebody else is following along and trying to do this, think about not torquing that one down until you got that one tight. Because I can't get on it with the socket because there's just not enough room. Okay, let's put you in the air a little higher, and then we'll do some work on that. Okay, let's loosen this bolt. Get it out of the way. How much further do I got to go? Is that far enough? Let's give that a shot. And pardon the compressor, every time I air this thing or raise this thing, it's going to go off. And that's too much extension. Let's just see if I can do it without the extension. Yep, there we go. Click. Now the pan bolt back in. And 200 inch-pounds. And we'll do the ones next to it just to verify. All right, the timing chain is back in place. What do we got to do next? I suppose, well, let's put this back down on the ground. We don't need it in the air now. That low stuff should be done. Sounds like a low blood sugar beeper going. Sounds like it might be dinner time. Alrighty guys, well, I suppose that's probably going to be it for videos for this week, because I'm still waiting on my radiator. That's supposed to be shipped in 3 days according to Jegs, but I don't know if they're going to send it. That's a whole nother question. You know how shipping is these days. Are we down on the ground? Okay, back and safe. Timing chain's on there. Next I need to do water pump, alternator, radiator, hoses, all that stuff up there. Woo! What was that? Okay. Alright, well, I guess, oh, and I need a thermostat. I pretty much just want to completely redo the cooling system on this, because if you notice, all the hoses are crap and the clamps are just busting off. So I am going to just redo all of it. New water pump, new cooling system in total, and a new alternator, because you remember there's one video where the gauge was bouncing around like crazy, so that needs to be on there too. Basically just redo the front of this and clean out the cooling system. So that'll be coming up in a near soon video. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye.